So, Paul Thomas Anderson recommends you to Lars von Trier for his new film.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of something every actress would want to be able to say at some point, right? The real actresses, anyway, that are doing this for the right reasons. Who know who those people are?
Oh my God. I learned that later on, and I was surprised and also very flattered. And then I hung out, I did a Beastie Boys music video with Maya Rudolph, and I was like, thank your husband for recommending me.
Another great
Please.
sentence for an actress to be able to say. Right?
Maya, thank
Run the
your
whole
husband for
gamut
me.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the things I found really interesting about the character you get to play in this movie is the idea that this is one of, if not the only person on Earth who, as she learns that the world is ending, actually becomes whole in a way that she's been broken, throughout. How did you approach sort of that idea of sort of transitioning and as everyone else is falling apart?
Well, Lars and I talked a lot about that, actually, because he was saying to me how when people are the most depressed, when horrible things happen, they're the ones that kind of have the strength because they've got nothing left to lose. But for me, I thought of it more as, yes, so she's depressed, but there's something about this planet coming to Earth that is completing her. It feels like her Mother Earth is coming to get her almost. That's the way I kind of fantasized about it because she has such a deep connection with this planet. But I think that there are the types of people that if the world was going to end tomorrow that would think it was beautiful that we were all here together and we were going to experience that and be there for that. And there would be the people that would be freaking out. So
I sort of found the most frightening scene in the film, for whatever reason, was when your character says, explains that she just knows things.
Yeah.
Like knew how many, things were in the jar or whatever, and I just know things, and therefore I know that it's all one great big nothing.
Right.
Sort of like.
That was even hard for me personally to get my head around. I did that scene a bunch of different ways because it was, bleeding for the earth and feeling so much pain over it, and then completely feeling immune to it. And there were so many different ways to take that particular scene, actually, and it was difficult for me even to watch because my voice sounds really different tan how I normally sound. Everything is pretty intense.
It sort of cuts through, and there's different ways to take it in the audience as, am I going to take this at face value? Is she right? Does she know? And therefore this is definitive? Or can I step back and say, she's just saying that and she happens to...
She's a little
She
cray-cray.
got lucky with it, yeah. But yeah, it's almost like someone who's living as though her life is a tragedy all day long when there is an actual tragedy confronting her. It's like she's prepared. She's been preparing for it.
Yeah. I think that her depression definitely does give her a more stable strength to not freak out because she's seeing things in a different light. So that I think that and then there's this kind of like sage-like wisdom that comes along with her at the end too and makes it peaceful for her family. So, but yeah, it can be interpreted many different ways, this film.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of a interesting journey, and like hearing everybody kind of talk about it and what they've experienced from it is interesting for me.
And I would love to watch it again just to look at it visually, because you're so wrapped up in what's happening that it's like, oh, by the way, this movie's really gorgeous, But it's it's a little too dark to think about the first time through.
Right. And what's interesting? It does look so beautiful. And all the scenes, they're pre-lit. It's not a bunch of, it's not like it's a very intuitive process, the way it looks, I think. And it is beautiful, but Lars just has an incredible work. The people that work for him are just the top of their game, just like incredible artists. And so it had a fluidity to it on set. It was about the acting, even though it still looked gorgeous.